G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'm Nat, this is my Knackers Yard. I'm kind of crammed in. It's Bank Holiday Monday. Happy Bank Holiday to everyone. Although this is probably going to come out midweek, probably. I'm going to start working my way through this now. I'm aware that I kind of ad-libbed it, taking it apart. By ad-libbed it, I was making it up in the order I was doing it. I can't do that on the rebuild because I really don't have a clue. So I have my trusty service manual, which is looking thoroughly worse for wear now, and I'm just going to follow it. Now I am trying to get following it through. You know, your last episode was joining the crankcases when two become one. So now it's about refitting the oil pump drive and the like. Now I didn't really want to do it because I like a flat bottom, with the exception of the bottom there. But and I'm going to scratch my paint on my Sump. But frankly, stop being a dick, Nat. Do what it says in the order it says to do it. So I've dug out the oil pump. That's all been sealed up in a bag. Sealing stuff up rather than putting it in trays, it is the way forward because there's a lot of dust and crap in here, and I will have to clean off bits that I didn't wrap properly, but that's immaculate, that's as was. So what I need to do is change the O-ring. You can just see there, strap it on, the chain then loops around the drive selector. Now I just had it loose thinking, oh, there's nothing for it to go on, and I dug through where I'd taken the clutch apart and I found the bits what need to go on. So essentially that chain is just long enough at an angle to push it through and get it round the drive shaft. It's then that on, hook on the teeth, and you can see, you know, it rattles, then centralise it and then push the collet in. So I'm going to get on with that. I'll get you somewhere you can see actually, which is going to be a bit tricky. Bear with me. Right, so there we go. For once I've actually got you on the rear facing camera, so I don't know what the quality's or how much of a quality dip it's going to take, but it's the only way. I've got you crammed in a corner. Yeah, it doesn't matter, that's the only way I can do it. Right, so I've replaced the O-ring. That's the old one. I don't think you can really tell how flat that is, but it's very flat. It's still decent enough nick, just flat. So let's offer this bad boy up. Now this is a properly tight fit, if I remember correctly. And obviously it's a metal chain, it's not exactly going to stretch. Let's get rid of that first. Dipshit. Certainly not going to fit around it like that. If I feed it through a little extra. Just wake it around so we're secured. Just making sure I'm not knocking off that new O-ring. 3 bolts, it says to do the supporting 2 first. They're the ones with the, there you go, without the thread all the way up. Hold it in place first. I might just have to move my block actually. That's the block that I used to stand it on. Part of a pallet. Very useful pallet solution that I've used for this build and will probably use several times over again. Or better still, if I just bin it, it's cost me nothing but time. Speaking of time, I hope everybody enjoyed or is enjoying their bank holiday. Sorry, by everybody. Everybody in the UK is enjoying their bank holiday. For those not in the UK or on Mars, it's the coronation of King Philip. I don't really consider myself a loyalist, but quite like them on a key. All good stuff. Right, had a lovely, so today being Monday, I've mowed the lawn, taken the kids out, all of that sort of good stuff. Missy's been busy prepping for work tomorrow. We had a lovely coronation barbecue yesterday, so on the Sunday, tons of food. Put the kids to bed, and watch Sharp of all things. Do you know why? We just felt the urge for a bit of Colton TV. Right, so placing the chain, fit up, Allen bolts through the shroud and pump, the remaining plain Allen bolt to the third mounting point, tighten firmly, if possible, with a torque wrench. Got one of them. Secure to 1 kg, which I've worked out earlier is about, I just had it on my phone, 9.7 Newton meters. There we go. I always find my fingerprint recognition difficult on a when they're oily. So 7.2 foot-pounds, 7.2 foot-pounds, 9.7 Newton meters. So I've got my little baby torque wrench. You alright, buddy?
Yep.
What are you up to?
I'm vacuuming upstairs.
Good lad.
Pardon?
All of it, or just your room?
All of it.
Oh, good lad.
What?
I said good lad.
Yeah, no, I finished my homework and I was going to...
Quick chat with my eldest. Yeah. He's a fucking good lad. He really is. Right, so it says there, slide the plain washer, so tighten the bolts firmly, slide the plain thrush washer fully home into the gearbox input sheave. Right, okay. Now I think it is this on. This is really difficult to get to without obscuring your view with my fat head. I don't quite know how to turn this. Oh, like that. So that's the chain on. Then that bad boy hooks into there. And that drives the oil pump. That's pretty damn sweet. Gasket face and the bottom end. Right, I'm not going to force you to watch me do this. I'm just going to give this a bit of a tart up and then probably just wattle you through on a fast forward. Got all the bolts down here. They're all quite mucky and shitty because stuff's been falling on them. But fundamentally, they're base bolts and they're underneath, so they're not going to be seen. And who cares if they're not going to be seen? They're fine. They're absolutely fine. I don't know if they're all the same size. Does it matter what goes into what? I think they are all the same size. But I do remember trashing one or two of these. All the same size, which is good. Sump. Nice and clean on that side. Unlike that, I've got a gasket for it somewhere as well. And we'll get that squared away. Here's my gasket set behind you. Look at that, damn near fits. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Right, let me see if I've got potential replacements for these, and I'll drop you back in. Right, so those gaskets surfaces are as clean as I can get them. Don't really want to use any gasket glue or any stuff to stick the gasket on, so I'm trying to just pinch it on. I may regret that, and I may revisit. Probably going to get some abuse for not cleaning up, polishing up the bolts that I'm doing this on with, but fundamentally it's on a gasket. It's on the lowest point of a bike that's going to get the shittiest the quickest. I may just be being lazy, but I honestly don't see the point. Catch him out of the way. I did find a couple of replacements for ones with knacked heads, which can only be a good thing, and coincidentally they are exactly the same length, which is nice. Oh, I've been saying about not cleaning them. They do look, the new shiny ones do look very nice. Oh, there's my stomach. I ate way too much at the barbecue. Right, I'm going to shut up and fast forward you through this. Right, so there we go, that's them on. I haven't got the angle to get to the bottom there, so I found an old cut down one. Use a torque wrench. It says 7.2 foot-pounds, so about 9.7, which is the same as the inside. So this is already set up. Excellent. Right, so that's all of them torqued up to the correct level. And we're done. Does it also say to oil level switch? Level switch is removed for any reason. Check if the O-rings you can condition and bang it in. There's nothing wrong with that oil. Look at that O-ring. Tons left on that. Just going to give it a bit of a spray down. Look at the state of that. I think I'll replace that before go any further. Sorry, look at this. It's mucky, but it's the wiring that I'm concerned on. But I'm going to give this a spray down. Right, that's you slightly precariously balanced on a stool. I'm not sure which way I'm going to want this wire coming out to the side. better than not. 1, 2. Yep, that's my bolts. Should be enough to just drag that in. Bound to be 8s, aren't they? Just a piston. Oh no, they're 10s. Sorry, my good kit only goes to 10s. It doesn't go to an 8, which is irritating. It means I've got to break out the other one. Yeah. That's good. That's actually quite difficult to do because it's crushing that diaphragm into it. Diaphragm seal. Speaking of which, where I put the rest? No, we'll turn up. Suggest what to. Tight screws. There's a sound precaution to use Loctite. That's the first time I've seen Loctite mentioned. It's a precaution they didn't take last time. But I said I'll do what the book says. I'm doing what the book says. I was trying desperately not to knock my camera over. You can see what I'm looking at, that's fine. I'll just snug it for now, I think. And we're there. We are all ready to install the middle gear. Which I'm not sure if I'm going to do right now or not. I'll do what I can to protect the paint on the base, although I'm not that bothered. Am I that bothered? Ah, fuck it, I'll do. Right, let's rock her back. Ta-da! Right, I'm going to have a pee and then look up how to do the middle gear. Right, a bit of a confused nap time really, because the book makes it look like you install the drive shaft and push that through, then put the protection bits on there, but when it takes it apart it says you can't get that out until you split the engine. But I do have these to put on, so I haven't got new pinned ones. I really should have done, but meh. There's times when you're shit and there's times when you're shit. There is no Loctite on those. I don't know if there's a torque setting, but they are generally pinned. No, it's not going to work that way, is it? No, you fool. I can't really show you this because it is hidden away in the recesses, although these long torque sockets are fucking brilliant. I'm going to have to get some longer Allen ones as well, I think, because it does cause me problems at times when the shoulder gets in the way. It means that you can't get to what you need to get to. Actually, might stick it on the birthday list. The good lady is harassing me for what I want for my birthday. Now, at the moment, oh, I see what this does. It just sits on that shoulder and stops the drive shaft from bouncing around. That makes sense. Now, at the moment, on the birthday list, from the good lady, she asked me what I wanted. I said welding lessons. She's now asking me what my level of expertise is, so she knows what to look for. Now, weirdly enough, she doesn't watch any of my uploads, and she doesn't subscribe. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? No, you're full. Because I told her 0. She said, "Yeah, but you welded stuff." Yeah, I've roughly glued together bits of metal. I wouldn't go so far as to call it welding. So yeah, I'm currently looking at that and for that. Oops. Oh, come on. There we go. Not difficult, just fiddly. Yeah, I was thoroughly confused because I forgot about this bit and I couldn't see what it was telling me to do. I was looking at the back of here thinking, no, they look like interesting recesses you've got back there. They look like something's supposed to go in there. Nope. Right. £18 See, the beauty of YouTube, being able to look up what you want to do. Now, if I'm finding my upload useful, hopefully somebody else is. Click. Click. Right. Let's try and show you what I've been up to because you can't really see. So it is the 1, 2, and there's 2 up the other side as well. And I'm just going to reinitiate the stakes on those by twatting them. I won't film that because you will not be able to see anyway. Right, still with you balanced up there slightly precariously. Now this is shimmed and it does say to both mount them before and just stick them on. There's no real up or down way. I'm not sure if you can see anything at all, but essentially just like that. Yeah, 382. Driven shaft can be installed next. Yep. Using the original semicircular shims between the hair. Make sure that no dirt is trapped between the crankcase shims and bearing. I've just cleaned the back of all of that. Clean the retaining bolt threads and apply Loctite before tightening. Right, where's the retaining bolts? Right, sorry, all my battery died then. It's on. I was talking it to the specified 18 foot-pound, so a lot, and I was doing that normal. It terrifies me talking things up, and I was doing that normal, oh, it's going to go soon, it's going to go soon, and I felt something and I stopped, and I'm glad I stopped because I'm not sure how much of that you can actually see. I think my camera's doing its strange thing again where its frame rate is screwed up. It's getting all jerky, but it's actually broken but it didn't break enough that it stuck in. That would have thoroughly fucked me. And there was enough in it to pull it out. Barely. I can very nearly snap that in my bare hands. Yeah, there we go. So, that needs a replacement. Oh, wrong way. So, that is the mystic gods telling me to stop where I am for now. Both in terms of my battery running out on the phone. It's showing 100%. There's something seriously wrong with this. I'm there. I'm going to undo those a lot, so I remember that I need to do them back up. I need to order/find a bolt to replace that. That's so close. That's so close. Could have really cocked myself up there. Right, that'll do me. So we've got Sump back on. We've got the main drive back in. We've got the mid gears in. Yeah. Output shaft is back in. We're getting there. Next is gear selector, I think. And if I have any concerns, it's that as to whether or not that is all stuck in together or not, because I don't know. Right, that'll do me for another one. Cheers all. We're getting there. It is coming back together. That was so close to being a major crisis. Cheers all. Catch you later. Ta-da.